Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Generation Shock, episode number 7. As you can see, today we got some special guests today. Today we have Pablo, and we also have
Nelson.
Thank you for being here today, guys. Today's going to be a special episode. We're going to talk about candies and stuff we grew up eating as kids. But
Deliciousness.
Pablo, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Pablo, known as Pablo Nader. The reason why I use that is because I'm big into gaming. That's like my big thing. It's always been into video games. We are in my game room, so I'm a little bit of a nerd myself too. So it's always been a passion of mine. Video games have been in my life since I was about 4 years old. Started playing with the Sega Genesis, with Sonic the Hedgehog, and worked my way up. Also went back to the previous consoles, and yeah, been playing since. Have a bunch of gaming tattoos, because that's what I live for. That's my thing. I go to tournaments. Fighting games are my thing, but I play everything. I have a Twitch channel also, that I do a little bit of streaming on everything, whether it's shooters, survival horror, fighting games. You can see it all there. But yeah, that's a little bit about me there.
Oh, thank you for that. So that was Pablo. And Mr. Nelson, can you tell us about yourself?
Yes. So I'm Nelson. I work at Best Buy. I've been there 8 years. I love gaming. I will tell you the difference between Pablo and I is that I suck. But I try. But I'm always down to be a third on the squad or whatever we do. And I love sports. So basketball, football, baseball, anything outdoors that I can get my hands on and just really have fun.
That Yankee sack sucks.
That what?
That Yankee hat sucks.
Oh, it does? Okay. All right. We'll get into that in another episode apparently. But yeah, so anything outdoors, I really enjoy playing sports and just being outside. I just started taking up photography, and that's thanks to Josue and Lewis and Mary as well. Really got me into that stuff. But yeah, it's just a little bit about me. So let's have some fun this episode.
That's wonderful. So, Lewis, you said today we're about to talk about candies and stuff we ate as kids growing up.
Yeah.
I know you're older than a dinosaur, but you look young. So, what did you like to eat as a kid?
Yeah.
My man was eating fossils back in the day. Fossil candies.
Rocks. No, so I decided to talk about to try to make this episode about snacks and candy because it was just a time at work. We would just started talking about things we loved eating, and then it became, I'm like, holy shit, I could just talk about this shit in the episode. So because there's this thing going on social media, it talks about if you could pick 2 out of the 9. I'll post it up. I'll have it up. If you could pick 2 out of the 9, which one would you pick? And they actually the 9 options are the Twinkies. What is the other one? The rolls.
You got the zebra cakes, the hostess cakes, the oatmeal pies, cosmic brownies,
and then the Nutter Butter. The brownie,
the honey bun.
Yeah, the cosmic brownie, the honey bun, and the little cupcakes. So, if you guys was to pick 2, which 2 would you guys pick? Let's start off with Goldberg.
Well, I will pick the 2 that I can't eat any day: Swiss rolls and Nutter Butters. Those are crack.
Right,
Nice.
you ate that. Did you have it with milk, or did you have it? How did you just eat it like that?
Like that on the go, or just some kind of Coke? By the way, we're not sponsored by Coke. But not yet.
We waiting. I'm waiting too.
Pablo, which 2 can you do?
For me,
Yeah.
by the way, I want to say that this guy talks so much crap because he can eat any day a honey bun. I've known him for 16 years, so I don't even want to hear it from him. So let's leave it there. But for me, I'm a chocolate guy. So like I've grown up with chocolate. I can have chocolate any day, even though I shouldn't, but I could. But for me, I would say probably let's do the brownie. And even though I don't have them as often, I would do a Twinkie simply because the Twinkie, you can have it in many ways. And what I mean by that By the way, I have background in cooking, so I've tried weird things. But with the Twinkie, I've had it.
This can go any way.
I've had it deep fried, which is amazing, by the way.
That.
Yeah, and
I never had
what's
it.
I've also had it kind of like a banana split, even though without the bananas, the Twinkie is technically a banana. But
Okay.
you deep fry it, and then cut it in half, and then put ice cream in the middle, bro.
All right.
Trust
So since you talk about deep fried Twinkie, describe to people like me that hasn't had it. Like, what does it taste like?
I kind of drooled a little bit when you said it.
So you know how a Twinkie is soft all the way through, right?
Yeah.
So when you deep fry it, now you're having that contrast in the texture. So you're having the crispy outside
Okay.
with the soft inside, with still the cream in there because it's still gonna be there, obviously. So the crispy outside with the cream in the middle, that's it. That's all you need. Trust me.
Bro, were you on a cooking show in your other life?
Deep fry everything, huh?
What was that?
Were you on a cooking show in your other life?
Us Americans deep fry anything.
We can make it happen. It's all right.
Nelson, if you was to pick two, which two can you like? Do you remember eating?
Well, I remember eating all 9.
Yeah,
But
which one-
my favorite
which one is
two,
your favorite?
my favorite two would be the Hostess cupcakes. I still eat that to this day with a nice glass of
Okay.
milk. Or if you do the cosmic brownie, you put it in the microwave for about 8 seconds. Put that over some ice cream, a little chocolate syrup, and you got yourself a snack, baby.
Like, you guys get fancy with it. All I remember is my favorite two would always be the oatmeal with the cream, right? And then till to this day, I still do the honey bun, but I put it in the microwave, and then I have it with coffee. Everything that you see that's out of the 9, I've had it all, but I always accompanied it with coffee. Now, coffee with milk.
Are you sponsored by Nespresso already or no?
My Nespresso.
It's regular coffee. Now, out of those 9, which one can you just eat the whole box of?
Ooh. I would say Swiss roll. Swiss rolls.
Okay.
They just.
Don't you get 2 in one package?
Yeah, but
The whole box, 2 per pack. That's it.
Dang.
For me, the one I could eat the whole thing of, where my weakness was the oatmeal cookie with the cream.
Yeah.
I could eat the whole box.
I gotta agree on you with that one because they're not as filling, but they do taste good. So you can just keep up.
Yeah.
And I just like oatmeal cookies. It was one of my favorite things.
Definitely, I could definitely do the oatmeals. I used to eat the whole box, no problem.
Yeah.
I used to do the cupcakes, but as you can tell now, I need to lay off of them. So
By the way, that picture, we're also going to put it up on the editing part. I'm going to put it up, and then you guys get to pick which two you can do without, or which two you remember eating. Now, speaking of that, we also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's going to be right at the bottom.
that is true.
As you guys can see, we have special guests today. This is new, something we're trying out. It's probably going to be something we're going to try to do every once in a while, or maybe every week. It depends on the feedback we get. It depends on how much fun we have in this episode, because this is probably going to be like a 40-minute episode. So we're going to try to make it as much fun as we could. We already covered snacks. What was your favorite candy?
Ooh, candy. Candy
One of the things I remember eating when I was a kid, and maybe this is a marketing for cigarettes, even though I don't smoke cigarettes. Remember that gum that came with a wrapper that you just like?
Yes,
the smoke
Kings.
came out?
Kings.
Yo, then the smoke came out, and then you just ate the gum afterwards. That was pretending
Dude,
you were smoking cigarettes.
I used to think I used to think I was Snoop Dogg when I was smoking those, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. What other candies you guys can think of?
Jawbreakers. You will lick those
I never
things
got
for
into
days,
it.
and they would never run out.
That was a workout in his own.
Jawbreakers.
You never had a jawbreaker before? What was that?
Which one would probably remember?
For me, wow. I would probably say I really don't know the name of it in English, but it was since I grew up in Puerto Rico myself. I used to eat a lot of polvorones when I was a kid, and that was like my snack. That was like my go-to when I was a kid. And
What-
I learned how to make them. And then I used to have a batch all the time at home. So
What's all right? I've been only to Puerto Rico twice in my life. Describe to me polvorones. What is it?
So they're just think about like a flaky cookie, pretty much. It's
Okay.
like a really, really flaky cookie. That's all it is. But it's a vanilla base flaky cookie. Very good, very delicious.
Sounds delicious. Can I have it with coffee?
Hell yeah. You have it with everything. I didn't drink coffee back then. I mean, I do now, but I didn't. So it was either with milk, chocolate milk. That was it.
Hey, Lewis, when you went to buy coffee back in the day, did you take your dinosaur to the market?
Some of the candies you ate. Show me. Talk to me what some of the pictures. Some of the candies you ate.
From who?
Nelson.
Oh man, I got a couple. I had Pop Rocks.
Damn, remember Pop Rocks?
Rocks, man.
You'd put them in your mouth and you'd be like
Yeah.
to hear the to hear the noises. I also had I had Ring Pops. I had Squeeze Pop. Big League Chew. Remember Big League Chew?
Yeah.
That's how they try to get you to start smoking or chewing
That's
tobacco.
how they try to get you to do tobacco. Chew tobacco. Bro. They're like, you know what? If we train them with the gum, they'll lead into tobacco.
Yep.
And then Sour Heads. Extreme Sour Heads.
Ooh, delicious.
Ooh.
Delicious.
Make you look like a fish every time. Just
You guys remember that shit? That shit is crazy.
Hell yeah.
The first time you ever had it, you're like, oh, nasty ass face and shit.
But then you couldn't stop having it. That's the problem with
yeah. You were so used to the feeling. You're like, I gotta have another one.
For me, you know, as a kid, you try to eat as much as candy as you could because you loved all that sugar. But like the gum, me pelaba a mí la lengua, the sour candy.
Yeah, after a while. You didn't want to stop.
No, you're like, oh, here's one. If you guys remember this, you guys remember when you first had Fireball?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, the candy or the drink?
We're talking about drinks. That candy, bro.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know.
Hopefully, as a kid, I drink.
Don't act like your grandma never gave you the grape wine when you were little.
Even the beer, when my mom would walk away, my uncle would be like, yo, come here. Yeah, have a sip.
Yeah, they're instigators. That's the problem back then. They were the instigators.
Yeah.
That's how they get you started and shit. Yeah, but Fireball, I remember I used to do, my older sister used to be like, hey, you can hold this in your mouth. And until it turns white, I will buy you a bag of candy. And you know me, I was like, greedy for candy. I was like, bang. I would try to do it, put it in my mouth, I was like, and then just hold it as much as I could and then spit it out because I couldn't do it anymore. And then I got to turn it white. Until one bite.
Those were the best days back then with that candy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Do you remember?
candies, now you buy like now laters. Now laters used to come in pack of 5s, or was it 6? Now they come, they will come in pack of 6, and now they come in pack of 5s. I remember when I was a kid.
Corporate America, baby, got to make money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell me
charge
about-
more, get less.
Yep.
What is?
Yeah, and then what was it? The jawbreakers, they made them in different sizes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The hardest one was the one like this big. Yeah. You'd have to freeze it overnight and then do it again the next day. You just get tired.
Just keep it going. It'll take you about a week or so
Yeah.
to finish them.
The coconut boys.
What was it?
I think they were called coconut boys or coconut. They had a picture of a guy, but they were coconut sticks.
I don't remember those.
I remember Pixie Sticks.
The what?
Pixie Sticks.
Oh, pixie sticks.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
cut the top and just drain it all.
You felt like Narcos when you opened it and put it on the table. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Put it in a little powder, put it in a sign line by line. I don't know. You sure that was pixie sticks?
I'm pretty sure it was, man. If it wasn't, I turned out okay, I think. So,
That works. That'll work out.
What was another thing? Oh,
baby bottle pops.
the-
Baby bottle pop. Yeah.
You remember it had the candy at the top, and you'd flip it inside to get the powder. Yep.
How about the one with the it came with the white candy, and then you pop the top open, like you tear the part open, and you have different flavors that you lick.
What?
You guys remember that one? It was a white stick. It came with a white stick, and it had a flavor pouch right next to it. And you would rip the top off.
Oh yeah. It's like it looked like a Kool-Aid box where you have to rip the white stick, dip it inside the powder, you lick it, and you dip again.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Nope.
Well, you got me on that one.
You got me on that one. Yep.
I'm with you on this one, Nelson.
I feel like Pablo's shirt. Arr, he got me.
Exactly. I don't know.
Very old.
How about the ones that also look like cigarettes, but they were like menthol candy.
The white.
And the tip was red, but you just eat it.
Yep.
No,
I think those were Luckies.
Yeah, those.
I think so.
Well, again, they look like cigarettes, but they weren't cigarettes at all. They were just more like just menthol sticks that you eat.
Okay.
I remember when I was a kid, I tried lighting one of those shits up.
I know. Yeah. Well, how'd that work out for you, buddy?
I don't smoke, but when I was a kid, I used to do stupid shit, bro.
Who didn't, bro?
Yeah, stupid shit.
We Hispanics, I think we tried all this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still to this day, we're still doing things that
Yeah, I can agree.
So, the reason why I'm drinking, right? Because I woke up this morning.
Drinking. You woke up drinking, by the way.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
It was not my fault. So my wife is talking to her parents in Czech Republic. We're just having a conversation. And then he's like, oh, let's take a shot. So we take a shot of, it's called Slivovich. It's called Slivovich. It's homemade. It's like plum rum, yeah. It's plum rum. So he always likes to take a shot. So I'm like, I don't have nothing in my stomach, but fuck it, let's just do it. So we took a shot, and I was like, shit, and that just got me started. So I got that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this call with gin and tonic.
Okay, so I have a question.
What's up?
How was any of that not your fault?
I never said it was not my fault.
You're on FaceTime from someone thousands of miles away, and you saying it wasn't my fault that I was drinking this morning.
Well, I technically had control of it, but I love Slivovich though. I just didn't like on an empty stomach. Sometimes it's just harder, and then immediately, bro. As soon as I took it, 2 seconds later, I was like, "Oh shit, I think I'm tipsy, bro." and that was just a shot of plum rum.
Lewis is getting old on us, guys. It's getting old.
Yes, I am.
It comes with time.
It does. So, Pablo, I noticed that you be twitching a lot. So you be streaming. What's the latest game you've been playing? To change the subject about video games, because now we already covered Candy and all that. If you guys have any other memories of Candy, write it down in the comments and let us know. But I want to get to our guests so you guys can get to know our guests a little bit more. Pablo, I see you be twitching. What's your favorite game you're doing right now? Oh,
Right.
let me guess.
It's my
Resident Evil?
favorite game of all time that just got remade.
Resident Evil, right?
Like, come on, man. Resident Evil. So that's my favorite game of all time. And what I mean is that I can replay that game no matter what. I have bought Resident Evil probably on every console that I've ever owned, and I bought it multiple times. Same game, doesn't matter. I can keep playing that game nonstop. Now they remade Resident Evil 3 with Nemesis, with a new form of playing it. Incredible. That game is just they've just done such a great job with the remakes. 2 was just remade a few years ago, and now with 3, they're just doing amazing things. But of course, I stream a little bit of everything. We've been playing a lot of Apex, Apex Legends. This guy, so Apex Legends is really
Grappling.
It gets you going. Been streaming a little bit of Overwatch because that's one of my all-time games too.
Yeah.
But a little bit of everything, but mainly Resident Evil. Resident Evil, it not only has been my all-time favorite, but since it got remade, I cannot stop.
Yeah. That's what's up. Nelson, I know you recently got a win in Warzone. I heard you were so excited.
Hey, get it.
Describe that that feeling winning in Warzone?
Well, I don't know. We played maybe 25 games before we got the first one.
Go.
It was actually Jake and I that we were playing with a random, and he just backed out. He was like, "Screw this," and Jake and I both had 7 kills that game, and I jumped up. My girl was laying next to me. She's like, "Bro, what's up?" And I was like, "I won." And then she was like, "Oh," but she thought I was playing Apex because we tend to win Apex more frequently than Warzone. So then I was like, "It was Warzone," and she was like, "Oh yeah!" So she was hyped with me. Jake was like, "GG, GG," as good game. I didn't know that for a long time, but yeah.
I thought it was gay.
I thought it was talking about Gucci. That's the GG, Gucci. But whatever. But yeah, I was actually really excited. I was like, man, damn, that felt good. I stopped playing after that. Because you gotta go to bed on a win. You gotta go to bed on a win.
The satisfaction to win in Warzone for some reason, just like PUBG. PUBG, when you win, there's a satisfaction behind it. Apex is alright, it's good, but the satisfaction you get on Warzone and PUBG is just a whole different satisfaction.
Yeah. Because on Apex, you don't really find like campers or anything. Like mostly everybody's like trying to battle, or you're getting third party. That's like the camping of Apex. You're getting third party. But like Warzone, you're like everybody's like on a roof with a sniper, just looking for you, or C4 or an RPG, whatever. RPGs are the worst. Whatever.
And the margin of error on Call of Duty is ridiculous, bro.
Yes.
I mean, if you guys are talking about satisfactory wins on a battle royale, I don't know if you guys ever played the Battlefield battle royale, but that is a satisfactory win. I think we got one or two, if that. But man, they were.
Is it compared to Warzone? Is it a lot different?
It's so keep in mind, Call of Duty. It's considered an arcade shooter, even though they've been trying to go into simulation shooter.
Yeah.
But still arcade shooter. Battlefield is more of a simulation shooter, so it's more realistic in a sense. Everything that you gotta keep in mind. You gotta keep in mind the wind, bullet drops, all that stuff that's gonna take into consideration into like you playing the game, being good at it. Yeah. So there's a lot of vehicles all over the place, and you have to think about like where you are in the map because it also affects your gameplay. Call of Duty. They did a very good job with Warzone. I'm not even gonna. I don't play as much, but they did a good job with it. If I had to choose one, again, I would choose Battlefield, just because Battlefield for me it's more simulation. If I would go for an arcade shooter, I would just play Apex, because if I'm gonna go arcade, might as well go all in on arcade,
But Battlefield is more realistic, right? I've played Battlefield before, but for me, it's more realistic than anything. Like buildings blow up when you shoot them,
Because it focuses on making the experience, making it happen as it should be. Much.
Okay. Does it play out the same as Warzone though, as far as the weapons and everything else and the attachments?
It does. It does. Yeah. Of course, you don't drop with a weapon like you do in Warzone. Like you at least have a handgun.
I know they shoot you off the sky as the parachute in Warzone. You're parachuting, they're like somebody's.
And that's what I mean by arcade, because in reality, can you really do that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a little crazy. But in Battlefield, it focuses more on the simulation, making it more real and a lot more experience on it. I know it's not as popular because a lot of people see Call of Duty and they go straight for Call of Duty. But if you're talking about like a really good simulation shooter, Battlefield is definitely always takes the cake for me.
Yeah. See, I haven't had a chance to play Battlefield Battle Royale. I've always loved the game Battlefield, but again, I play mostly campaigns first before I jump into multiplayer. But I'm having a lot of fun with Warzone. I haven't played anything else besides that. Gordo, I tried. I play Ace Combat. It's hard as shit, bro. I tried playing it inverted. I had to go back to regular. I couldn't do it. I'm like, I was pressing up and it was going down like this. When you watch the recap, my gel was like this, doing this. What the fuck is going on? It's like, and I had to change in the middle of the game. I changed the settings back to normal, to the regular way where you press up, it goes up. But it looks beautiful though. Ace Combat 7 looks beautiful. I just
Okay,
want to try
I'll
it. I tried it for half an hour. Go through the tutorial first. I can imagine you get better jets, but I just wanted to change something out of the Warzone because sometimes you're like, oh shit, this shit getting monotonous. But besides that, I just got an alert, bro. It's crazy. The coronavirus just killed over 10,000 people in the U.S., bro.
Damn,
That's crazy, bro.
it is.
It's some sad shit because people don't know how to stay home.
Yeah.
That's basically
Nope.
what it is.
Yeah.
Nope.
Those are the times that we are living in.
If
Unfortunately.
you think about the whole thing, right? Obviously, there's people who have it and know they have it because it got tested, and there's people that probably do have it but don't feel the systems, like many of the Americans in this world, and they're just going out. Hey, let's hang out here. Let's do that here. Let's go to the beach. I mean, people are on the beaches, and the more it's gonna happen, the worse is yet to come. Unfortunately.
Yeah. It seems like, especially here in Florida, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
coming to pick up a fire stick. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. That's just the
Yeah.
highest thing. We have sold more Switches. Nintendo fucking stocks should be going like this.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
Switches we sold.
They're not meeting demand because people want so many and they're just barely sending any.
Yeah, they're barely. They can't make it.
All because of Animal Crossing, bro.
Of course. Animal
Animal
Crossing
Crossing is a perfect quarantine.
And Smash Bros.
Yeah, but a lot of
Smash
Animal
Bros is
Crossing
good, but
because of
Animal
quarantine,
Crossing is taking
people
over,
are
man.
just like,
Yes, it is.
it's addicting as
crazy.
shit, bro.
I don't know what you do, but every time I see people post, I see they're like, my crib is so fly, and I'm like, I guess, I don't know. It's just a little person like that big.
He
Animal
posted
Crossing
a
is
picture
like-
of he caught a rare fish. I'm like, he's like posting and shit. I'm like, that's pretty crazy. Like you could get, I know. I played the game, so I'm familiar with the game. I just didn't play this version of it. But I know one of the things I used to like doing is fishing on the game. I even did that in Final Fantasy, bro. Like I hate fishing in real life, but I love it doing it in video games.
Might as well doing it in a video game, right?
Yeah,
No,
I hate it in real life.
remember me
I
doing
just think
it.
it's too boring in
Yeah.
real life.
I remember me doing it in The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, because you could do it there in a little building. And man, I did it for hours and hours. Even though it was the same fish, whatever. Just spend the time there, you know?
This is crazy. Gogo, you kind of silent, bro. Say something.
I've been listening and enjoying you guys talk. It's been a pleasure here. Just having this wonderful time. I do enjoy playing Apex with you guys and Battlefield with Pablo play a lot.
What's your favorite though? What's your favorite?
I see your footage that you posted because you're twitching now, right?
Yes. I mean, there's nothing else to do, so might as well go live on Twitch.
You got Twitch, TikTok. I mean, everybody's getting famous now.
I'll make a Pornhub premium before I go to TikTok, okay?
Yeah, that's crazy. But I see you're with a handgun, bro, on Apex. You took down two people.
I mean, to be fair, it is the most overpowered handgun.
Yes.
Which handgun was it?
It's the P20.
The P20. Did you have hammer point?
With the
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's it. It's a wrap.
Hammer points, P20, and purple light mag.
It's over.
It's over. You take one magazine, destroy anybody.
Bro, but that's in good hands because in my hands, I would have got killed.
He's shooting the birds out the sky with that handgun.
Lewis, I just want to say,
still
Lewis, that if you try the P20 with hammer points, you are gonna love it. Trust me.
Dude,
I don't even use the P20, but I tried it and I was like, damn, bro, this is crazy.
The 3,300, the 3,000 or 300.
R301.
Yeah, the 301. I think that was accurate. Yeah,
I was like, yo, this is a new gun, the 3000.
I'm sorry. It's that I get the.
Is that you've been drinking?
I get it. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Something wasn't supposed to happen. I'm gonna get sued. I'm sorry. It's the 3,000. Sorry. No.
Yeah.
The 301 with the anvil. That's supposed to be like a killer gun. I can't do shit with that, bro. I was like, I get shot twice.
Bro, you gotta learn how to, what do you call it? Crouch and move when you're shooting.
And I have the elite controller. I even customize. I'm like, damn, not even with that.
You gotta press this button right here. That's your little crouch button.
That's it.
So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other topics?
Yes, fun fact. I got a fun fact.
Something sad that happened though.
Okay. What's up?
The Last of Us got delayed. Indefinitely.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's for PlayStation lovers. Like,
Hey,
I play both consoles. You play multiple consoles. I just, I myself, I'm not a fan of PlayStation. I know you're a hardcore gamer. You got both, and you will play both. And you love like the PlayStation. But I've never been a PlayStation fan. I've always, for some reason, I love Sony's cameras. I'm saying that with a Sony shirt. It's kind of stupid, right?
Shirt.
But,
What a thought, huh?
I'm not sponsored by Sony. This is not a paid advertisement.
The TVs are good. The TVs are good. Well, they're great. But for some reason, I don't like the console. I never liked the console. I just think for me, it was just more of a. I think most people that own PlayStation, they think they're the shit. Not you, but I'm saying the people, the most that just have a PlayStation. Like I always see these things where on Facebook, where they're like.
The console war.
Like Xbox gamers, this is what they look like, and then you go these little memes.
They're always in a battle.
Why is there a war between consoles?
It's the console wars. But in reality, let me ask you something though.
Yeah.
Have you played the new exclusives from the PlayStation?
No.
Like the new God of War, Uncharted.
MLB The Show I've played.
It's not like I'm biased. Because I've owned a PlayStation. And the reason why I bought a PlayStation was because of God of War 3. It's the only reason why I bought a PlayStation.
Okay.
But I tried playing Call of Duty on it. I tried playing everything on it. It's just different. And again, it could be the time that I bought it. When I bought the PlayStation, multiplayer game like Call of Duty, not everybody had a headset on, so I was like, yo, what's up, bro? But with Xbox, it always come with a chat, right? Remember the Xbox always came with the chat with the headset? Yeah. So everybody would always have a formal communication. With PlayStation, it was never like that. So I always found it like, yo, why you had enough money to buy a PlayStation? Why couldn't you buy a headset? So that was always my thing. It's like I was like, so I was always turned off by the multiplayer part of PlayStation. Single player, they have great games. I've God of War, Ico, and those big ass games. Oh, Metal Gear Solid is one of the games. I was so happy when they released it for Xbox. I was so happy. I'm like, yes, I can now finally get it on Xbox.
Do that. That's whatever that noise is.
Yeah.
So a lot of people might disagree, but this is why I feel like it is. It's because of the remote. So you're saying because of online and all that stuff, and I agree 100%. The Xbox remote is made for shooting games. It's made for online. The servers are great and everything. Yeah. Having the dual sticks separately, perfect in my opinion. Yeah. This remote is mainly made for story modes. It's made for fighting games. Yeah. Having the D-pad at the top makes such a big difference. Even though it might seem a little bit, like it doesn't really matter. In my opinion, having the C-stick at the top does make a difference and everything. So remote itself, bigger hands feel more comfortable in this.
I got little hands, but it's alright.
I gotta say that I'm not too comfortable when I play online on this, but it is what it is, whatever. But I gotta say, remotes do make a difference on that. Servers on Xbox is a big difference. So the online experience, yes, it is a way better experience. But I never take the exclusive games from PlayStation because the exclusive games, in my opinion, are much better on the PlayStation than the Xbox. Even though Xbox have Halo, and Halo is one of my all-time favorite games of all time.
Word up.
But let's talk about The Last of Us, the God of War. Let's talk about all these big games, Ratchet and Clank, all that stuff that just makes a big difference on the gaming. So if you like single-player games, story-driven games, PlayStation is definitely for me the way to go.
Yeah, but like most of the single-player games that I would play would be like Assassin's Creed and all that. And those are multi-platform.
Yeah, they're cross-platform.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, if you give them a shot on the PlayStation, like the story-driven games that are exclusive for it, trust me, they you just can't.
So let me ask you this: PS5 or the new Xbox, or are you gonna get both?
So I'm getting both.
Obviously. You gotta get both.
I mean, but in power, the Xbox takes it. They already released the specs. So if you look at the specs, the Xbox is stronger.
It's stronger.
It's a beast. And they just I was just reading an article that unfortunately they haven't said that it's gonna get delayed, but unfortunately the PlayStation is actually having overheating issues.
Yes.
So
already with the
it's
beta
already
testing?
having overheating issues.
Without being released.
I don't think it's gonna get delayed because that should, and this is a big should, be an easy fix, but you never know. You know, it could be that it might get delayed. Xbox actually did an amazing thing for stopping overheating. So they actually built a fan at the bottom and a fan and an exhaust vent at the top because it's shaped kind of like a cylinder type deal.
This guy.
So I'm assuming the Xbox is gonna have a little stand at the bottom when it releases, because it's actually gonna circulate air through the bottom and it's gonna come up and release at the top. So those are smart ideas that the Xbox thought about. PlayStation, we'll see. We haven't even seen the console. That's the problem. We haven't even seen how it looks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you okay, bro? That's your third glass, bro.
I'm good.
Yo,
It went down the wrong pipe, that last one.
You were smart enough to put the bottle next to you. I'm like, damn.
Listen, man.
I didn't want to leave.
Listen, my lady made me work out today, so the plan is not to get up again at all the rest of the day. So
That's right.
they said rubbing alcohol for the inside.
But going back to what the Pablo said, like, I'm not really a campaign player, but I've played some of the like exclusive PS4 games, and like my brother-in-law is actually a real like he has PS4, and he buys like all the exclusive games. He's a big campaign, but like it's phenomenal. Like the best baseball, I play baseball video games, but the best baseball game is The Show, hands down, The Show.
That's because, you know why though, right? That's because EA Sports starts making baseball games.
Well, the reason being because nothing sold better than The Show.
Yeah,
They stopped making it because they didn't make money. So The Show took everything.
bro, the graphics,
That
the
EA Sports made better baseball games. I thought made better baseball games, especially if they put the cover of Manny Ramirez, Red Sox.
the one that pushed the old Yankee down. We know.
That's the last game I played. But The Show, I never understood, don't get me wrong, I played it. My brother-in-law is a big PlayStation person. And the reason why he buy a PlayStation, basically, is because of The Show. It's the only reason why he will buy a PlayStation, because he loves that baseball game. And I'm like, damn, you buy that PlayStation just for that game? He's like, yup. So,
People play it.
That's the reason why I bought it.
I buy the PlayStation literally just because of the exclusives. I don't play anything else on the PlayStation but the exclusives.
yeah.
Like that, it's some people just buy a console for a game. I have the Switch because again, the exclusives: Animal Crossing, Super Smash Brothers, all that stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch for
Since we're on this gaming topic, you guys, what do you guys think? Since you guys have been watching also the show, you guys have been following the show. Me and Gordo are doing. What do you think? What do you think about the content as far as should we do more gaming stuff or should we keep it when we're trying to change? I try to do something different every day, every week. We're stronger at gaming, but the gaming topic has seemed like everybody's like it's easy to get into and talk about it because it's a great topic. Like Gogo and I were familiar with it. There's a lot of fans of it. So what do you think as far as is it keep it gaming or should we just have a various of stuff?
I mean, I personally think during these times that we're going through and everybody's being home, switching it up every once in a while would be key. Because not a lot of people are gaming. I mean, you could probably make a show of your favorite Netflix shows or stuff like that. Because that's what everybody's doing right now. Or TikTok or Snapchat. Like, I mean, going back to gaming, I saw the most funniest TikTok ever. It was like, PC gamers, Xbox gamers, and PS4. And he was like, PC gamers, when they win at Warzone, they're like, GG, GG. Then it was like, Xbox players are like, yeah, good game, baby. And then the dude flipped his shirt up, and he was like, PS4 players like, yes, good win, guys. So, like, but that's always going to be the ongoing battle between PS4 and Xbox. Like PS4 people would do the same video and make Xbox players that way. Like, I don't know. But I think just
for me it's entertaining though.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think just switching it up every once in a while. I mean, you could always talk about gaming in your show, But just bringing other pieces to it, just to relate to the other people, because obviously, you guys want to get the biggest audience you can. So I think just switching it up and still talking about gaming at the end of the day, keeping it as a core component, you guys can still do. You just gotta adapt to it. So.
Yeah, we appreciate the feedback. That's something we'll definitely take into consideration because, like we always say, we always listen to what everybody says on the videos. Like, hey, you guys should do this. You guys should try this out. We always listen. We always read the comments. We read all the feedback. Believe it or not, we do read and we talk about the feedback. It's like, oh, X person said this. I'm like, oh, that bastard. Or Y person said good show. It's like, that's my person. That's my person. But we do listen. We do listen and we do talk. It's like, hey, we tried this. Let's try something out. But we do interact with the clientele or the viewers.
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah,
That's key.
I gotta say the same thing. I gotta agree with Nelson. Changing it up for me, it's a breath of fresh air because you're not going with the same content, especially since your show has so many topics to talk about. Like when you guys talked about movies, I love that episode because I'm going to school for film, so I'm going to be a filmmaker in the future, hopefully. So listening to your favorite movies, what you guys like, and everything, those are the kind of things that I take into my own things. Like them, I like that stuff too. So listening to all the different things from different types of topics, I think is key. I think it like Nelson said, I think it just keeps everybody interested because not everybody is interested in gaming, but a lot of people do have different likes and whatnot.
Yeah, there's some people still out there that think gaming is satanic. I don't know why. Those older people is like, oh, gaming's for the devil.
What?
What? Who you hanging out with, bro?
Gaming is what, satanic?
Yeah, the older people like, oh,
yeah,
gaming.
that's I grew up with that. Like my mom is very religious, and she would say that too. And my aunt, my whole family is very religious, and they would say that. They were like, no, the video game was created by the devil because this and that. I'm like,
Yeah, but that's the same. You could go the same.
I have funny stories where you guys remember Mario Brothers, right? You know how the turtles, the one with the wings, will fly, and then some of them will always look at the screen. It looks like they're looking at the screen.
Yeah.
I had a story from a cousin that she was like, I was playing, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and the turtle froze, and it looked at me, and it was like, I felt like somebody was in the room. I'm like, and then my aunt, her mom, was like, I told you that came from the devil. I'm like, what? It's not just froze.
Was he playing on Nintendo, bro, or what?
Like this, and it's like it's looking at you, and that's all it is. And they're like, it was the devil. I'm telling you. I'm like, I just feel.
Dude, that's the same thing. That goes for music too. Like certain music, be like, oh, the rap music's for the devil, or this is for the devil. Like,
The rock and rollers for the devil.
That's just crazy.
you can never win. You can never win.
That's a whole different topic, And then,
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. Forget it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for your show, like do stuff like that. I mean, you got Disney Plus that's out and it's hot and fresh right now. You could talk about like old cartoon shows that you used to watch. I mean,
Disney Plus.
Actually, hold up. Before you continue, I have a question for both of you.
yes.
Is anime an anime or cartoon? That's a question for
Okay,
both
hold
of
on.
you.
I'm the worst person to ask that question because I don't know. I'm just gonna say anime is anime, and we're just gonna call it a day for me because I don't know. I personally don't know. I just haven't got into it.
So anime comes from it because it's a Japanese animation style.
That's what I kind
Cartoons,
of figured. It's just
cartoons are American, right? Cartoons are American-made animation, so that's what sets it apart. Anime is Japanese-made animation, obviously, and then cartoons are cartoons.
Yeah, but cartoon is animated, so that's just the American way of calling it.
It's just the style that on how it's done, because even though they have similarities, because yes, they're both animated, obviously. It's just the way that they're made because of the style that it is. The rating system it takes on that, because you cannot make a cartoon being rated kind of like the same thing as an anime.
Yeah.
So those are the things, because if you look at anime, original anime that is made in Japan, when they bring it over to the US, they actually change a lot of stuff.
They do.
Because it's rated differently.
Yeah.
Because in the United States, we have a rating system that is the same as the Japanese. I remember one scene in specific in Yu-Gi-Oh, which I loved when I was a kid.
Shout out to Gaston.
Yu-Gi-Oh. So there was this scene with Bandit Keith pulls out a gun on Pegasus, and that's in the Japanese version. He pulls out a gun.
I've never seen that. I've watched all the Yu-Gi-Oh.
Exactly. If you've never seen it, it's because when it came over to the U.S., he actually just points at him. So he's just pointing at Pegasus. But that's one of the things. So he doesn't have a gun in his hand. He's just pointing at him.
You naughty boy. That's what he's saying.
So those are the things that you gotta keep in mind. You know.
Oh,
That's
man.
just hilarious. Yeah, it has to do a lot with the viewers and how to keep our kids from certain things. And it's crazy because I remember in Pokemon there was an episode where Pikachu gave kids seizures, and they took it out. The American version, they took it out because of it was in China. It gave a lot of people seizures, a lot of kids seizures. So when it came to the U.S., they didn't air that episode.
That episode was gone pretty much.
Yeah.
I
Crazy.
think we're having technical issues over here.
Did it finish recording?
Yeah.
All right. So that gives me the cue where this is where we ended because we ran out of memory space, at least on that side. Last week, Gordo was able to end it. This week, I'm the one who's going to be ending it. So, first of all, I would like to thank our guests, Nelson and Pablo, for joining us in this conversation in this episode. And so our viewers, make sure you subscribe, hit that like and share. And then Pablo, I'll put up your links. And Nelson, I'll put up your links. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys next week.